Namaste, beautiful people. Thank you for joining this transmission. So the teaching that I'm going to be sharing with you today are at the very core of the fundamental teachings of holistic medicine. And this subject is so very, very close to my heart. So I'm going to be talking today about why the breath is so important for health, wellness, and for healing. And I have 7 reasons why. So I'm so excited to get into this with you. And I just want to say from the outset that I'm going to be talking about the breath from a multidimensional point of view. So I'm not just going to be focusing on the physical body, but also on how the breath influences, impacts, or benefits the mind, body, and the spirit. So those of you that follow me or follow my work will know that holistic medicine is very much at the core of what I'm here to teach. And it makes total sense for me to share the holistic teachings of the breath in these times when we are faced with such challenging circumstances here on planet Earth. So for me, as I have explored, experienced working in community and youth work, working as a therapist, working as a facilitator, working in families, really working out there on the front line with people. And I see the challenges that we as a humanity face, that we as a collective, but also then on an individual level and within our families and communities. And I have started to think over the years, how are we going to make sustainable change in the face of growing problems, of a growing intensity, of diminishing spending from the government on programs, of more people on the planet that actually require support. And for me, holistic health is the fundamental key. Accessing the technologies, the innate technologies that we have that enliven and empower and accelerate our growth and evolution. These technologies, integrating these technologies together, are going to be the way that we can quickly overcome the challenges that we face and respond to the needs of our families, communities, and of humanity. And the breath is at the very, very core of this. So I'm going to get straight into why the breath is at the very core of this. So breath itself is energy. It is prana. Okay, it's universal life force energy that is coded with information from source, from the center of the universe, from source energy, from the very creational forces that have created life. And that energy creates life and encodes us with that same energy that is able to nourish us with the information that we need to be able to access the wisdom and intelligence of the universe and of creator energy. So this non-local information that does not reside in our body, it is not generated by the brain. This comes from fields of energy far beyond and bigger than just us. And the breath is the channel. It's the way that this information can come in, because everything in this existence, on this planet, in this universe, is energy. And what is energy? It is information. Within that energy is coded with all of the information that we need to create life. So when we bring this breath in, we are allowing ourselves to tap into that very non-local information that contains all the wisdom and knowledge of the universe. So we ourselves can tap into and download the information that we need for our own evolution, for our own health, our own wellness, and for our own healing. We can literally activate our own consciousness with the breath, bring in new information, get new ideas. We channel the wisdom that we need, that our body needs to heal. It magically comes to us through the prana, through the breath. So the second reason why the breath is so important for health, wellness, and healing is because it is literally coded with light energy. Okay, so light, sound, these are all just different expressions of energy, fundamental energy that fuels absolutely everything. And this light, it activates our DNA. So our DNA is made up of biphotons of light. Now, there are some incredible scientists out there that have pioneered research in this field, which you will not find in the mainstream. So, for example, Dr. Peter Garriev, one of my favorite scientists that has been for many, many years looking into the biphotons that exist in our DNA and how they are enlivened or activated when we breathe. And this light that activates our DNA literally has an impact on healing our DNA. And those of you that know about epigenetics will know that our environment, so our the air that we breathe, the amount of toxins in our environment, our energetic, emotional environment, all of the different things around us and within us, our microbiome, all affects how and influences how our DNA is expressed. So certain genes, okay, in particular, can be switched on, can be switched off, can be expressed, can be sped up or slowed down because of the environment that we surround ourselves with, that we cultivate around us. So, for example, it's really important to make sure that we don't have a toxic environment with lots of physical toxins, because that literally changes the expression of our genes. So the light itself, the energy that we breathe in through light that activates our DNA, is also a part of this environment that has the ability to influence how our DNA is expressed. So when we are breathing more and we're bringing in more light, we are literally allowing conditions for our genes to repair themselves and to express in different ways, so that if we are in balance, we have that chance to come back into balance. So the third reason why the breath is such a gift and so important, because it shifts our emotional and energetic state instantly, literally instantly. So just in one breath or 3 breaths, we can create calmness, we can create groundedness, we can create stability with the breath. So again, all of this is linked to the other points that I was talking about before. We bring this breath in, it is an abundant energy, it is coded with light, with information. And when we fill our lungs with this breath and we fill our body with this breath, because of the energetic qualities of the breath, of the prana, we can shift instantaneously how we feel, how the body feels, how the energetic state is. And this has the ability to bring us out of anxiety, to bring us into completely different states of consciousness, to bring us into different parts of our nervous system. It can bring us from the fight or flight mode into the rest and digest mode. That is an aspect of the autonomic nervous system. It could bring us from feeling unstable and unsure of ourselves and insecure to feeling grounded and feeling stable and feeling held. It literally can shift us absolutely instantaneously. So if you are ever in a situation, you're going into a meeting or going into an environment and you feel stressed about it or you're worried about it, you can literally take out 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, using the breath to instantaneously shift how you feel in that moment. Rather than getting caught up with ourselves, we literally can shift that. So the fourth reason why the breath is so important is linked to the previous point. So when we practice with intensity, when we bring in an abundance of prana into our system, we have the ability to transmute stuck, old, karmic, and traumatic energy that has been residing in the body, hiding in the body, stuck in the body for a long, long time. So this energy literally releases this old, dense, stuck energy from where it's being stored or hiding in the body, and it transmutes it, so it changes it into a higher vibrational frequency of energy that can then be used for other purposes that are more beneficial to the body. So karmic energy or traumatic energy, which I have gone in, which I will go into in other videos, and I have touched upon in other videos as well. This energy just sits in the body, and it takes us this disciplined, concerted effort to shift this energy. Breathing day to day absolutely does contribute to that, but when we bring in this abundance of prana, I'm talking in, we are dramatically shifting over a condensed period of time of maybe 20 minutes to 2 hours. We are fully empowering, oxygenating the body with the prana. We are creating such dramatic fundamental shifts that we have the ability to clear this old stuck energy. So the fifth reason why the breath is so important, so fundamental, also linked to what we've been talking about, is because at a cellular level, at a cellular respiratory level, the breath will empower the functions of the body. So the breath literally includes various gases that have the ability to fuel the cells of our body and create cellular respiration. This oxygenates us at this fundamental cellular level and actually can even bring us into these blissful, euphoric states that are like, wow, absolutely incredible, because we are enlivening ourselves with the very fuel that our body needs to be activated and powerful. So the sixth reason why the breath is so important is because specific techniques involving the breath can have specific functions in the body or influence the body, the mind, and the soul. So for example, retentions, inward retentions of the breath are amazing for building heat and building energy. Outward retentions of the breath are amazing for releasing energy and transmuting energy. So, you know, there are lots of different, very specific techniques that you can use that have very specific impacts on the mind, body, and spirit. You know, retentions also help to build lung capacity, you know, and all of this is having a massive effect on our immune system, on, you know, on so many of the physical systems of the body. Now, the final reason that the breath is so important for us is because it helps us to get into altered states, particularly shifting our brainwave frequency. So when we use the breath and we come into this more calmed, relaxed state, we're able to access the theta and delta brainwave frequencies. And it's at this point where we're able to really absorb that information from the cosmos, and we are able to access the information, the wisdom, and connection to our higher self, our guides, and the other multidimensional aspects of the reality that we live in through altering the state that we're in. We're literally shifting out of this sort of third dimensional existence into other dimensions, into other energetic states that help us to tap into what we can see that is more further beyond the eye. I hope this video has been useful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, please leave some comments and contact me and let me know if there's anything that I can do to support you.